Hello and welcome to my nation builder save. This is the first time I've attempted a talking video, so please bear with me. I'm not as confident as some of the people you see on YouTube. So anyone who doesn't know what a nation builder save is, you basically take a team in a lesser nation. In this case, I'm FC Midtjylland in Norway, and through performances in European competition, you increase the coefficient ranking of the nation, which in turn allows the nation to have more European places available in the league. I have done it a little bit just for fun. I did it with Riga in Latvia on FM 24 with reasonable success. But one of the reasons why I chose to do Norway is Denmark. Sorry, Denmark. See, already making a mistake. One of the reasons why I decided to choose Denmark is because I came across this player in my personal Nottingham Forest save. At first, he was terrible. I even tried to sell him, and no one wanted him. But in the second half of my first season with Nottingham Forest, he actually scored a couple of goals, got a couple of assists, which I think played a big part in me keeping my job. And in the second season, he has been an absolute revelation. He is scoring goals for fun. And so if he can do that in the Premiership, then I can't wait to see what he does in the Danish Superliga. Anyway, I suppose the best thing to do now would be to show you my tactics. It's a little bit unusual. Once again, I've done this to great effect in the Premiership with Nottingham Forest. At first, I used a meta, what is it, 4-2-3-1, which I'd had success with in other saves, but Forest at the time they weren't doing very well with it, so I needed to like mix it up a little bit. Adding a second striker rather than just a standalone striker, and also having a deep line playmaker and advanced playmaker, it completely changed everything. I've won Manager of the Month a few times, got 5 or 6 games won in a row, beat some of the teams at the top of the table. At one point, I'm still in my second season, about 5 games from completion. At one point, I wasn't challenging for the title, but I was challenging for top four. I had a bit of a dip. We are in like 6th or 7th at the moment, so definitely better than the 15th place I finished the year before. Obviously, when out of possession, it goes very defensive, but the two strikers remain up top. As I've got a direct counter-attacking style, positive mentality. Normally, I'd have a balanced mentality like I do with Forest, but with Midtjylland, they are one of the top teams in Denmark, and so I think having positive will, you know, pay dividends in this league. We will see. As you can see, I've not got a full team. I have sold a couple of people, loaned a couple of people out, got a few injuries. I've not actually bought anyone yet. I've played 3 friendlies, won all 3, 13-0 against a local team, 3-2 against a strong Chelsea team, and in my last game, which I have got a video on, which I'll put up in a bit, SV Werder Bremen 2-1. So clearly, we are able to compete against other teams in Europe, but then again, friendlies you might want to rule them out. It's not competitive, is it? But anyway, this is the first game of the first season in charge of Midtjylland. We're against OB. And so, yeah, let's see how we do. Once again, I do have to tell you that I am very new at YouTube, and I haven't got the confidence that some of these people have that you see when they're showing the faces and they're getting all animated and excited. That's not what I'm like now. In person, I'm very different, to be fair. In person, I'm the heart and soul of the party. I talk to everyone. But things like this, I don't know, I get a little bit of anxiety. So, once again, please bear with me. I'm learning. When you're looking at this screen, it goes quickly, but any key highlights, it is slower pace to give an opportunity like this, give an opportunity to actually see what's going on, see how my players actually put themselves into positions. Osorio, good save, first shot of the game. Now, I don't actually know much about the Danish league, other than, Midtjylland is one of the top teams. So I don't know whether OB is a top team, mid team, or one trying not to get relegated. Obviously, as this save goes on, not only will I get more confident, hopefully, but there you go, good goal, very well worked. Yeah, not only will I hopefully get more confident when presenting these videos, but I will learn more about the Danish league. Did I say Norwegian league again before then? I don't know. I'll learn what country I'm playing in soon as well. Yeah, YouTubing was never really something I was interested in doing. Had it have been a thing when I was much younger, I'm 40 now, I'd have probably taken a much bigger interest in it when it was a new thing. However, I've been watching a lot of FM 26, 24 and 26 videos. One of my favourites is a guy called Tom FM from Lincolnshire. He's very animated, gets very excited, very emotional in some of the videos. It's, you feel like you're on a bit of a journey with him. He really knows his stuff as well. Really knows his stuff. I'm not sure if I'm able to. I don't know if I need his permission, but I will put a link, if possible, at the end of this video. So anyone, I've only got a few subscribers. I don't know how many people will watch this and see it, but anyone who fancies giving him a look, feel free. He's not far from 300,000 subscribers. Anything I can do to help him, I'm happy to do so. So yes, actually, having beaten Chelsea and Werder Bremen in the friendlies, I was actually hoping the first game, especially at home, would be a bit easier. It could still get easier. It's only the first half. I can be a bit impatient at times, but so yeah, as you can see, I mean, we've had most of the possession, 2 shots, none on target. The expected goals, very little. This is all pretty much what I was going to be expecting from Midtjylland in this league. There are some stronger teams, as you can see here. Teams like Brøndby, Silkeborg. I've seen both of them in Europe before. Randers, I think I've seen them in Europe in the past. As I say, I don't really pay too much attention to foreign domestic leagues. Midtjylland is actually one of those teams that when they are in Europe and they are against a bigger team, I do kind of support them. But they're not a team that I pay attention to domestically. But that's his second goal of the game, I believe. He's not even the person we're meant to be looking at, in fairness. We're meant to be looking at Francolino. But, Brindhilsen, yeah, maybe start looking at him a bit more closely now. But yeah, anyone who does play FM26 and anyone who does enjoy, doing more than just take the big teams, win whatever you can kind of thing, or take your supported team and get them promoted. Anyone who likes to do something a little bit different, which I do, I'd really advise you to, have a look around some of these leagues. Even if you just, we've got any, oh, well, that's handy, isn't it? The man we're meant to be looking at gets injured in the first game, having had a poor game already. Right, great start to my YouTube career, isn't it? Thank you for that. Yeah, even if you normally just pick like the English leagues, the Spanish leagues, the French leagues, stick a couple of the more, no offence, obscure leagues like the Norwegian, like the Danish. Just don't get them mixed up like I do. And have a look at some of the teams, and pay attention. Look at the youth setup. Look at the people they've got available. Some of the best players that I've found for my lower division saves that I've done have actually been from the lower leagues or even top leagues of the more obscure nations. So definitely give it a go. And this is something I was worried about. I've been talking, trying to sound as confident as possible, trying not to make a mistake other than getting my geography mixed up. And I forgot to make subs, which is something that I always do. I always make subs. I think it's a key part of any game, any save. Make subs, give the fringe players and reserve players, youth players especially, give them an opportunity to get some valuable game time. I've actually found the occasional star player by doing that. Someone you wouldn't necessarily expect, but their attributes actually play a key role um, when alongside someone else who complements them attributes. So yes, pretty standard 2-0 win in my first game against OB. Obviously, it's a home game and expected to win. They did come into it a bit more. They did come into it more. I remember they had at half time they only had 2 shots, none on target. So they caused us a few problems. I don't think we was ever in any danger of losing, but that could have been because I forgot to make subs when I was meant to. We was a bit, yeah, legs was a bit tired near the end. But a good 2-0 win. Brindhilson, one to watch. I don't know who he is exactly. 26. Good acceleration. I mean, these are good, very good. I'm happy with the mental side and the physical side. I think strength could be a little bit better because he is an inside forward. That's what my left-sided midfielder is. But crossing, dribbling, finishing, it's not the greatest. But for this league, he can actually be a bit of a monster for me. Um, so yeah. If I did another save, well, I will do another save. I don't just put everything I do on YouTube. I do have saves for fun. Like I said, my Nottingham Forest save, that is purely for fun. Um, I'm from Nottingham, born and bred, and although I don't actually support Forest, they are one of the teams that I follow. So yeah, I think I said that I've not actually brought any players so far. I have, however, stuck some players on the shortlist. Now, we haven't got the greatest of funds available, about 6 million. So all of these fit the budget easily. However, we've only got about 35k in wage budget. I don't quite know what to do with that. Um, but I am looking at this goalkeeper. I know he's old, but he would be better than the one I've got. So I am going to go approach you to sign first choice keeper. Hopefully he doesn't want. Okay. See, that might be a problem because obviously I haven't got that much. Um, we're not really going to be spending any money, so I'll change the transfer budget, wage budget, and hopefully get a bit closer to what he wants. See, it's not just not working, is it? That is obviously going to be a big problem. I think we're going to have to cancel that one, unfortunately. Although, yeah, he was 38, so he is 38, so I suppose it's not end of the world that we can't spend a fortune getting him. Do I have another goalkeeper on this list? I do. But he's from Al Nasser now, 115. I'm not even going to bother. Not even going to bother. There's just no point, is there? No offence to Denmark, but the day that Denmark can afford to pay the same wages as Saudi Arabia and Qatar and places like that, yeah, I'll be long gone by then. I will be long gone by then. Um, this guy, Francolino, has just been injured, hasn't he? So I might see what this guy's wanting. Once again, it's just not good enough. He's a free agent, so let me see if I can adjust the budget just a tad more. Well, not, you know what, let's just get rid of the budget. He's a free agent, so let's just get rid of the budget and see what that does. 20, 21. I don't even think that's an improvement, is it? Right, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to cancel that. I don't think we can do anything there. Back to... I'm going to have to adjust this budget again if I can get someone from here, aren't I? Who's he? He's a midfielder. I found him. He's only 19. What country did he play in? Tunisia and North Africa. Now they're not going to be giving people the greatest of wages. Already got one cap for Ivory Coast, which I do like to see when there's a young player. Advanced playmaker 2 point, but he will grow into the role, I suppose, and he can play multiple different roles, not to great extent, but it's handy to have if you have a bit of an injury crisis, and I have had them before. So 550k. Okay, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna change my recruitment budget back. Give myself. I'll do. No need to be careful with it. Where is it again? There you go. Make an offer. Let's try 5. Yeah, could have probably gone a bit lower, but sometimes if you put an offer in that's too low, they'll reject it straight away, and then it's literally just a guessing game in the end. So enter contract. Fringe player. I'm happy when someone wants to be a fringe player because it means you can, if they're not quite ready, you can stick them in the reserves. You don't get great game time in the reserves. It's not like world class by any means, but it's better than just having them sat at the bottom of your squad list, not picking up any games. You don't want them to be unhappy. Let's see if he wants this. Yep, that's great. Always try and lower the weekly wage a little bit. I don't know how it works on console edition, which is what I'm on now, obviously. No, I'm not. I'm rejecting that. I want him to develop with my team. Yeah, obviously the console version, which is what I'm on now, PlayStation, it's certainly nowhere near as advanced as the PC version. That's the one that Tom FM and a lot of these other like Josh Daly and Clate, they use the PC version. It's a lot more in depth. I think I would prefer to play the PC version. The one advantage I would say with the one person I would say with the console version is that you can do it a lot quicker. If you're one of them people, which I can be, where I'm just going through games, obviously when I'm not like doing YouTube, but I just like to just get through the games, put my tactics in. I always stick to the same tactics. It's very rare that I'll tweak them. I believe in just training that tactic primarily, just trying to find the players to fit your tactic rather than trying to make your tactic fit the players. Do you know what I mean? I think Ruben Amorim at Man U, no offence to him, he had a big problem doing that. Great manager, great manager. What he did in Portugal, brilliant. But maybe Man U and the fact that he doesn't really have a plan B was not his. It wasn't the right time. I always do this. I always do this because opposition instructions. I trust my backroom staff. I don't know any of them, but I do trust them. I don't always listen to when it comes out on dugout. I do trust my own, how can I say, opinions then. But at the beginning, we like tracking back and being aggressive and standing off and all that kind of stuff. I do. It saves time as well. It saves time as well. I don't play this game as regularly as I would like to. Obviously, you know, things in life. I've just started playing football myself again at 40, try and get myself into some shape. Joined a local team. Um, Actually going to start showing videos of the upcoming season of my local team just to try and get them a bit of recognition. Great bunch of lads. The chairperson, Annie Sonor, you know, they're working wonders on what little they've got. Brilliant people. When you see them videos appearing, you know, please subscribe to the channel as well. It doesn't cost a penny to subscribe to the channel, and every subscribe, believe it or not, actually helps a lot. So, you know, just press that like button, press that subscribe button. Less than a second to do it, do you know what I mean? And also, I'm going to be doing food challenges, coming off this a little bit. The first European game, I should be paying more attention, but you can see what's happening in the game. Yeah, I am going to be starting to do food challenges soon. Primarily it'll be me and some good friends from where I live, Telford. If you don't know, Telford is in the Shropshire area. Famous because um, the former Telford club in 1985 became the very first non-league club to reach the fifth round of the FA Cup. They was beaten 3-0 by Everton in that game, but in the mid 80s, for a non-league club to reach that level of the FA Cup, absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, they went into administration and was reborn as AFC Telford, currently in the National League North. I think they're doing okay in that division, to be fair. Um, I do kind of follow them. Obviously, living here, I don't go to the games. But yeah, as you can see, we're actually doing all right in this game. The team we're against, I believe, are they Israeli? They may be Israeli. Like I said, I'm new to this, and I'm going to have to learn what to pay attention to when doing a video where I talk. Maybe one of the suggestions in the comments can be whether or not you think I should talk, or just leave it to do its own thing. I don't know. But any suggestions, you know, constructive criticism is useful to put it in the nicest way possible. But yeah, these food eating challenges. The first one, which I'm hoping to arrange very soon, I've already got some of the items for it. It's going to be just me and a couple of friends, and we're going to be who can eat these particular hot and spicy like noodles and sauces like quicker. But I'm hoping to get some of my football team involved, and then maybe the captain. I'm actually the goalkeeper for the championship team, but maybe the captain of the premiership team, maybe even the chairperson, maybe even the chairman. He's up for a laugh. And yeah, but suggestions on that as well, maybe. I think I had one suggestion already from a guy called Jeff. He suggested a hot dog eating competition. How many you can eat in 5 minutes, I think it was. I'm actually meant to be on a bit of a diet, so I'm going to have to prepare for these food eating challenges, to put it lightly. Once again, too busy talking and haven't really paid attention to my substitutes. I've caught it a bit earlier this time. Hopefully that's a good thing. Because OB did come back into the game, didn't they? They didn't score any goals, but they did come back into the game. Like with the Biesin and the shots and stuff. So yeah, definitely got to learn to pay more attention. As you can see, I'm basically just waffling now. I don't really know what he was doing then, what that goalkeeper. But yeah, I'm basically just waffling now. I don't really know what to talk about other than what's going on, but You can see what's going on. We are beating this team 1-0. Let me just I was going to find out what the team was, where they're from. I'll find out at the end of the game. I think they're Israeli. I could be wrong. But I've seen them in Europe before. Well, that was a good goal. Philip Billing. What position is he? Centre midfield. Yeah. Centre midfield. Advanced playmaker is down there. It says centre midfield there, but obviously you've got the proper positions on the team screen. I have noticed quite a bit, even when I've got the speed of the highlights up faster, that they seem to jerk off. Not jerk off, but wrong word there. Oh, that was a decent goal. Looked a bit offside, but clearly not. Yeah, when they're in the corner, taking a corner or a free kick or a throw in, they seem to just like move back and forth a little bit, like they don't quite know what they're gonna do. So yeah, that was it. Where are they? Yeah, I was right. Israeli. I have seen them in Europe. Don't really think I've seen them do much in Europe over the years I've been into football, but they've definitely been there. They're there now, obviously. I am pleased with that. First win in Europe. So first win in the league and the first win in Europe. So a good, if unremarkable start to the season. Oh, Philip Billing 2 goals in that game. I didn't notice that. So 100% note to self, pay more attention to what I do during these talking videos. But I don't want to make this very long for my very first video. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in parts and I'll come back immediately after this video with another one, or whether I will just record a few games and then come back at certain points of the season for a catch up. But this will be posted with the friendly that I did. Anyone who watches, thank you, I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Any suggestions are welcome, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you.